Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we go. The KVJ After the Show podcast. Happy Monday. Kind of limped through it, but we made it.
Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy
Happy Kevin Ralston Day.
Happy Kevin Ralston Day. How will you celebrate?
Probably about the same way I will every other Monday, but you got to be in Logan to really get all that festivities. I'm sure there's going to be a street fair and all kinds of partying going on.
That would be badass if you got
That would
a
be
fair or a
badass.
parade.
Yeah, that'd be pretty amazing. Kevin Ralston Day there in Logan.
Would that make you uncomfortable if they did a parade? They call it the Kevin Ralston
Yeah.
Parade, and you had to sit in the middle and watch the whole thing go by? Like, kind of like a king of sorts?
Yes.
Would that make you...
All this stuff, you know me. I'm not a self-aggrandizer. Yes, all this stuff makes me very uncomfortable. Even acknowledging my birthday makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
but
you don't like your birthday. I don't like my birthday. I don't think
It's-
Denny's likes his birthday.
It's not that, my birthday's fine. I'm going to enjoy the day. It's not as special as when you were young, as you get older. But I don't have anything negative against it. It's just I've never been the kind of person, I'm not a look at me kind of guy. So the day where everybody celebrates you and they stand around and they light a candle and then they spit on it and then they serve you a piece of, your spit on cake and all that kind of good stuff.
I stopped trusting my birthday the day that donkey kicked me right in the stomach in front of my crush.
Right, yeah. I'll do it.
I mean, that was fucked.
Yeah, some people hate it. Now, I appreciate all of it, but yeah, it does make me a little uncomfortable. But
I would love to do the Kevin Ralston Parade.
I'd be squirming. I'd be squirming a little bit. But some really cool stuff. Again, thanks to Randy for setting that up. We had the mayor of Logan on, and he did a little proclamation, and so
Very cool.
yeah,
Very
It was
cool.
very nice. So.
That was so sweet of him to come on and be so fun.
Well, I'm just kind of curious how they did it because I think, I could tell with the writing, my dad had something to do with that. So somehow she got my dad involved and everything
Yeah,
else.
I think it was a town-wide project.
Okay, well, they don't have a lot of other things going on. I mean, since they did the grand reopening of the Pencil Sharpener Museum, things have kind of quieted down in Logan.
You could hear in his voice he was very tickled pink to be a part of the process.
He was, yeah.
This was
He was a
probably
cool guy.
a week long. All right, y'all, we got a big time celebrity down there in South Florida.
Well, going on the radio, is a big deal. And on a radio station, they probably can't believe, we don't turn the radio station off at night like they do on my hometown radio station. At 10 p.m., it goes dark.
What's the
then they flip the switch back on at 6 a.m. So,
That's amazing.
Does Logan have a radio station?
yeah, WLGN for Logan. And, yeah, they turn it off at night and they turn it back on in the morning.
That's so awesome.
Do they have a morning show?
Yeah, they did when I was there. Yeah, Mike Diamond.
Oh my gosh, I gotta look into this.
Well, that was my thing. Was I would do a Mike Diamond impersonation. Like, who in the world has a hey, it's Mike Diamond, WLGN? And so I would call up all my buddies acting like I was Mike Diamond, and I would do stupid radio contests with them, and it was like dumbass trivia stuff. And I would then be like going. I remember one of my buddies one time, Bob Swackhammer. He.
Swackhammer? That's
great,
real?
That's a great name. My gosh, what a great teen movie
That's
name.
not made up for a movie?
No, so I would record it because I had my stereo where I could record through the phone, and so I would record these calls. I remember I did it with Bobby Swackhammer, and I called him up and I put him through one of the stupid trivia contest things. I was going, "Congratulations, Bobby! You just won yourself a 6-pack of hot dog buns. Come on down to the radio station and pick them up."
Hot dog bun.
And Bobby Swackhammer was so excited. He got his mom in the station wagon. They drove down to WLGN to pick up his 6-pack of hot dog buns. And he felt like such a fool. He was so pissed when he found out it was just my joke. He wanted to fight me, I remember.
It wasn't about the buns, it was about the win.
Yeah, he was so mad they had to calm him down because he tried to kick my ass at a football game.
Oh, Swackhammer is going to kill you over hot dog buns.
He did not take it well. Yeah, he was so pissed. So
They need to do the next zombie movie or show based on make it Logan, Ohio.
Logan, yeah.
All the characters and then throw some zombies.
Oh,
in
we
there.
have a lot, yeah. Yeah, I love that the mayor, when took him a second, but when we threw out the Conley brothers, he's oh, geez, oh,
Gee golly, gee golly.
oh, gee golly.
I
yeah.
know. Those
Gee
guys.
golly
golly.
means oh shit, those fucking guys. Yeah, I could tell he was a good old boy.
He was horrified by the thought of them.
It was amazing how the mayor recoiled when he was faced with the concept of Don Conley.
And then he brought up the Cox brothers. He goes, "Oh, one of them lived with us."
Yeah. Yeah, they were. They were when I was talking about earlier. We were talking about cars, and when I talked about how I'd have the football players with me, I'd usually have the Cox brothers, and they would ride in. They were both football players, and Brian was particularly strong, and they could lift the car out of the ditch. So we'd on country roads, we'd hit gravel, and we'd wreck it into a ditch, and then we'd all get out of the car and we'd lift it out of the ditch. And then keep on driving.
Would you do any kind of damage to it?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We would, but we would kick the side of it.
kick
and
out the dents.
It would pop out like it was a Coke can.
Huh.
Yeah, and I remember the one time I got caught because this is before I had my license. So I remember the one time I got caught, we would go and then clean the car a little bit. I forgot to get all the grass out of the hubcaps. And my dad came home and there was like a tree sticking out of his hubcap. It's like, what the fuck's going on here? That's how I got busted. Yeah, so there you go.
I love Logan stories.
Yeah.
Me too. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah, it was a fun time. Well, we got the reunion coming up this summer. So.
Are you going to go to it?
I don't think so.
Why?
Would it
Because
be weird
everybody,
if I just went
you could go, yeah.
as your representation?
Honestly, the couple people that I really kind of still talk to, I still see from time to time, typically outside of Logan. And then all the other people I knew are pretty much dead.
Oh.
So,
Damn.
yeah.
Is it on a weekend? Do you know?
I think so, yeah.
That would be kind of fun. What if me and you went up there
I would love to go.
and you're replaced? We're there, kind of representing you.
Yeah.
And go, yeah, we're here for Ralston. Tell us about Ralston.
Well,
I would do that if you would do it.
How did everybody celebrate Kevin Ralston Day first? I mean, that's the first question. What'd you guys
saw
do?
the proclamation, right?
I mean, we could leave after the show on Friday, spend all day, leave Sunday morning. We should do it. Think about it.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
What is that off the
something.
table?
Do you have dates?
I think it's July 24th. And one of the reasons why I'm not is I got my trip to Chicago that's coming up like a couple weeks later. And I just, I think I'm going back for a Buckeye game. And so, I don't want to throw my money away with the trip to Logan.
Oh.
Not
See,
throw it away.
To
but,
me,
you
that
know.
I'm investing. In
And
my
July
life.
24th, I'm in Nashville.
Shit,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
man. I don't want to go by myself.
I know.
It's
One
safe
of
to
these,
go by
one of these
myself.
days. No, and I don't even know what you're going to get. Well, I mean, Don Conley's dead. And so a lot, like I said, honestly, a lot of the people that I knew, for the most part, there's a few still that I'd
It'd
love
still
to
be
see.
cool though to go
Yeah.
up there, do a little vlog, talk to your parents, go to the pizza crossing.
Yeah, I think one of these days I'll get there, but I'm not even sure anybody in Logan likes me, so I'm like,
The Kevin Ralston
yeah,
day.
I know.
The mayor liked
Trust me.
you.
Yeah, no, he was fun, but yeah, I think a majority of people knew me, really didn't like me, so I think they're all very happy I'm gone. So, yeah, I'm not sure that.
So they fucking hate this.
He's
yeah,
like, oh,
yeah,
good.
no one's celebrating.
That
no one's,
shit
yeah.
starter left. Good.
There's going to
they're-
be a town meeting called.
They're
because-
very happy I'm gone. So, yeah. So rolling back into Logan, and be like, oh gosh, you came back.
They're going to put up a statue of Kevin and then immediately tear it down.
Yes. My statue would not last very long in Logan. Be ripped down within the hour. We got some emails here today. Got several about Virginia was telling the story about she took her daughter Magnolia car shopping over the weekend, and Magnolia was left to tears because she didn't drive away with the Audi. That was the only car apparently on the lot that she thought was good enough.
She only had eyes for the Audi. And we looked, I swear, we walked that lot for an hour and a half in the blazing hot sun. I was dripping with sweat. We must have looked in 90 different cars.
Okay.
She hated all of them except the Audi.
What a story. That whole thing, I was locked into that story. I had other questions too, but I wasn't sure. So you said she knew the price of the car going in there, or what you wanted to spend.
Yes.
And she also knew the price of the Audi.
Yes.
So did she think she was going to sweet talk you? Is that what that was?
I think she did.
Does she usually sweet talk you?
I mean, on some things she has sweet talked me, but this is one of those teaching moments where I have to show her that you set a budget and you don't go crazy and you don't buy an Audi for a first car. It's just not smart.
Well, I think where she is, it's tough. I can't relate to what Magnolia is going through because I grew up in a place where there weren't standards for things like that. Nobody had money, and we all drove, first-time crappy cars. And she's in a different place where, she's got a friend group that either one, they can afford it, or two, the parents don't care and they overextend themselves for things like my kid's first car has got to be a luxury vehicle, which to me is, again, still one of the most asinine concepts I've ever seen. But I realize that it's prevalent here in South Florida.
It's very prevalent, but I'm not from here, so I don't give a shit what's prevalent here.
Sure.
I'm bringing my own values from how I grew up into this situation.
Yeah, and just because something's prevalent doesn't mean it's right either.
Exactly.
So, she thinks it's end of the world because she'll probably get teased and people be like, oh, Magnolia's got to drive this. And so for her, that is the end of the world, not being able to have the foresight to realize that what you're offering her is a much better thing. And that's appreciation in a car that doesn't bankrupt you in other ways. Because I'm telling you, it will get insane. And I'm trying to remember what we still even pay for my kids' car insurance. And I'm talking about kids that are 23, don't have really any accidents to speak of. One kid that has done very well in school, and it's still like $800 a month or something like that.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah, your insurance is going to be.
Oh, and she has to pay it. She knows that.
Okay.
I just don't know how she can. I mean, honestly, like if it's $400 a month.
She's going to get a part-time job, and she's going to either work at the Sweet Frog yogurt shop or get a waitressing job.
Do you make up the difference if she doesn't even make enough for her car insurance? And is she paying for gas and stuff like that?
Are they paying? They're giving her $80,000 for the sweet yogurt shop.
No, I'm like, how much do they pay?
Yeah.
Those kids in there make about $15-16 an hour with tips at the yogurt shop.
So she'll make enough to cover that?
Yeah, she'll make enough to cover her insurance.
Okay.
And then I told her, she has to pay for her own gas money too.
Ralston's not buying it. I can hear it in his voice.
Well, I don't know. It'd be
But
interesting to
it's
see
his
the
birthday,
math
so
on
you
it.
kind of have to let him.
No, you don't have to do anything. You do whatever you're going to do.
You don't think she's going to make it happen slinging that yogurt?
I don't know, because I know my daughter was, she had a job in an ice cream shop, and she wasn't making it happen for her insurance.
Dad was making it happen.
Well, what kind of car was she
Yeah.
driving? Didn't she have a BMW?
She had that.
See, that's the problem.
But
does that mean you had to pay for the bill though, right? If she didn't
for
come
the
through,
insurance,
yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
And it was, you said $800.
I think it was 800 for her and her brother. I think that's what my wife told me.
The fancier the car, the more the insurance. So this is just yet another way that I'm going
Yeah.
to save her money that
Right.
she is not thinking about or doesn't care
Well,
to
that's
care
probably
about.
a good thing to show her. Be like, look, if you're working at this ice cream shop and you have this car, here's going to be your insurance. Like, you just can't even afford
You
got
got
to
to work 24 hours a day at the Sweet Frog.
Right.
You said the budget was 20, right?
20 and under.
20 and under.
And that's if we sell the jet ski
That's right.
for a decent amount.
Well, you actually, it was 15, I thought.
It was 15.
That's the budget. You can still get something nice for 15.
Totally.
Yeah.
I've been all morning looking at the website, offleaseonly.com, and there's plenty there in that price range. No, it's not an Audi, but not your first car is not going to be an Audi, not this time.
After she cried and all that went down, and then you guys are back in the car. This was yesterday?
She cried all day.
Okay.
She cried on the car ride home. She cried at home. She cried every time we spoke for the remainder of the day. She cried on the phone with her dad. She cried on the phone with all of her friends. She just cried all day.
And then that was yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
And you haven't talked to her today.
Not yet.
Well, some people made this comment. I saw somebody in the chat room, Princess, said, she's not really acting like an adult and all this, so she really doesn't seem to have the maturity for an expensive car.
That's I don't know what the fuck do I know. Just listen to her.
I want her to get something like you got, Bert.
Yeah, I think, to me, okay, look, you're 16, but I'm old school. I think you should have an affordable, safe, reliable car that's not over the fucking top. I like when young kids are taught to be a little bit more humble when it comes to this shit, but I know that, it's the way that I personally look at things. It's different for everyone.
Well, and it's kind of maybe resetting things too. This could be a important life tool, Josie wrote here. She said she should be grateful that you are even willing to buy her such an expensive first car. So she also needs to learn that at her age, a temper tantrum is unacceptable. It seems like she knows when she turns on the waterworks, she gets what she wants. She owes you an apology, plain and simple.
I mean, and I also don't want to get on the microphone and make it a bash mag session.
She doesn't owe me an apology. She only has to just finally come to the realization that I'm not buying the Audi.
Yeah.
And look, she's a teenager. She's dealing with teenage hormones, and she's working with a teenage brain. And I don't expect her to handle this situation perfect. But I think so far, she hasn't been horrid. She hasn't been nasty. She's just been sad. And there's a difference,
Right.
If she wants to come get puffed up and get mad and angry, then yes, I would approach it a different way and make her apologize. But I'm not going to make her apologize for just crying and being sad. You're allowed to cry and be sad in my family.
This is from Panda does a lot.
Panda's doing it right now.
When he comes over. No,
Panda's actually crying as we speak.
Xavier had said, anything out of warranty is old for an Audi, and 1 year warranty left is not enough. People usually just lease new Audis and dump them after the lease. That's what you find at the used car dealerships. Also, you should not get a car with higher horsepower for a newer driver. She may also get into trouble. A nice Toyota Corolla is what a first car should be for a new car driver. Those are bulletproof and highly recommended.
I love the Toyota Corolla. We looked at a few of them on the lot, and she turned her nose up. But remember, I think when we go back, she may have a different attitude. She only had eyes for the Audi because she believed I was going to give in on the Audi.
When you say she turned her nose up, what do you mean?
She found so many flaws with the Toyota Corolla. Why it wasn't this, it wasn't that, it wasn't right, it didn't look good. The air vents looked all fucking wonky. Like everything. Every car I showed her, she's like, oh no, the gear shift, that will never work. Oh no, the seats, Mom, I can't have cloth seats. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, that's why it's crazy. And oddly enough, I've been looking at the Honda Accords. They've been catching my eye. I'm like, that is a good looking car. And I was talking to a buddy of mine. Interesting thing where they called him up and he's got like 40,000 miles and they said, hey, we want to get your car back. They said because more people now want used cars more than they want new cars. And they hooked him up like with a new car, shaved $25 off his thing. He got an amazing deal on it. And
good
it
for
was
him.
A Honda thing. And I was like, wow, good for him. And
that's a used car salesman technique, though. I hope he knows that. Like, that's what they do to, sell you a new car.
yeah,
It's a technique. They call you and they tell you, oh my gosh, your car is in high demand.
Yeah.
Please come sell it to us. But then if he liked the offer they made, then...
Yeah, he said he got a good deal. Went from 40,000 miles basically down to nothing's, paying $25 less a month. He likes his car even better. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool.
That's great.
Yeah. So I was like, that's a good little place. And I got to tell you honestly, too, the person I'd had at Honda, Tony Q over there at Ed Moore, she still texts me every year on my birthday.
Aw.
And it's been, I don't know how many years. So I had that. They do good cars, those Honda people. Katie T had sent this in. She's got a question for the expert about plastic surgery here in Virginia. She said, I'm just trying to do research with some plastic surgery options. I'm interested in getting my breasts up a cup size and more perky. It's the first time I've really dove into looking into this stuff. I was wondering if you have any advice for me. What should I be looking for when I'm researching procedures and doctors? I live in the Augusta, Georgia area, so I'm not sure that you know of any doctors to recommend. I'm learning, leaning more towards the beautiful fat transfer, as I'd like to still have more naturally feeling breasts, and I'm a little more nervous about foreign objects in my body.
You should be. There's a lot of women right now taking their breast implants out because they believe their implants made them sick.
Okay.
Breast implant illness is a real thing. Not everybody gets it, and not even not even any big numbers at all. Most women have breast implants and they're fine with them. But there are a certain segment of the population that got the implants, and the implants are making them sick, and that is real.
When you hear the word perky, do you automatically go right to titty?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's certain word. What else could be perky? You can't have. Yeah,
Well, you have somebody that's perky, like
you're
you
right,
know.
but
He had a perky dick.
yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, he could have a perky dick, I guess.
Well, it's better than the alternative.
But yeah, perky always means titties. That's weird. Isn't that weird? Just how it. Just saying it out loud again.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anybody in the Augusta, Georgia area. I would just say if you're going to stay there local, you got to go board certified. You got to go tons of experience. You don't want somebody who's just started doing it. You want somebody who's been doing it a while, that knows the craft, that has technique. You want to see real good before and after pictures of actual patients. You want to do a little research. A lot of people travel from around the world to come see Dr. Rankin in Jupiter, Florida. I don't know what your budget is, but it's certainly worth looking into if you want the best, because he does this thing called a J technique,
Okay.
where he gives the boob a lift and a perkiness with no
Titty.
no implant.
Yeah. Perky.
There's no implant in there. And if you wanted to do some fat transfer, they do a great job with that as well. Like, I would just say to you, don't let geography hold you back from having a better surgical experience, because people travel to him from around the world. Like, there was some bitch in there from Dubai a few months ago. Like, people know him for his breast expertise, and surgical results last a lifetime. There's something to be said for going to the best.
Okay, so you would definitely recommend.
I definitely would. I would look into that. I would look into Dr. Rankin and his whole team. But, you know, he's the leader over there. He's the one teaching everybody. He's the best.
Okay, there you go. That's quite an endorsement.
And he was the chief of plastic surgery at St. Mary's Hospital, which is the largest trauma hospital in our area. So if he can put back somebody's face that got mauled by a dog,
Yeah.
he can make your titties look good.
Right.
This guy is a chief of plastic surgery at the #1 trauma hospital. That is credentials, baby.
Yeah.
Mauled by a dog? That's rough. Hello? The word moist, what do you think of? As soon as you hear the word moist, what does your brain go to?
Vagina.
I mean, bless you, right? Okay.
So Perky's boobs, moist is vagina.
Well, you agree with me.
I do. Totally.
Wait, moist, does that go right to private parts for you, Kev?
No, it's cake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, fat Kev.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's what happens when you don't get sex for a while.
I got tons of cake.
It's your birthday. Can you ask for some sex?
Oh, that sounds hot. That sounds so romantic.
It's my birthday. Could you please sleep with me?
Yeah, that's just what I
All
want.
right, let's not make his birthday
Yeah.
Oh,
sad.
It's Kevin Roasting Day in Logan, and I can't get sex here.
Could I please have a hand job?
Even just like a dome piece, something.
Please, just anything that you could offer would be so nice.
Could you at least watch me jerk off?
Yes. Would you at least sit there while I whack my pud? Well, thank you.
Happy birthday. I'll watch you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. By the way, you look very moist.
And your titties are perky.
Yeah.
My one tit's perky.
At least you got one.
I got one perky
Some people
tit.
can't even claim that. I got an email from Sydney talking about being in medical school last year. Woot woot. Some of the questions about pain meds regarding your tooth. All drugs you put in your body, whether through your vein, through your mouth, be broken down by either your liver or your kidneys.
Oh, everything goes through the liver and the kidneys, even
Guess
if it's
so.
intravenous.
Yeah. That's why we say to be careful if you got kidney disease or problems. And can potentially cause damage to that organ. Tylenol and alcohol get broken down by the liver into toxic metabolites, which is why they can cause damage to your liver in excessive amounts and over time. Usually when taken in normal dosing, the body can promptly neutralize the toxic metabolites with little harm to your organs. It's when you excessively take in these medications and overwhelm the body that the toxic metabolites just sit there and can cause damage. So hope this helps. And Kev, I got a great endodontist if you need one. My father was a dentist in South Florida for over 40 years. Thank you. Appreciate that. It said also, as far as the vaccine is concerned, I would recommend getting one. From what I have seen in the hospitals, it has been heartbreaking watching these families get torn apart from the virus taking their loved ones. I know you already had COVID, but they are not sure it will protect you from the new variants. The vaccine does more good than harm with minimal reactions. I know you like to research everything, which is great. If you want, you can look up when this type of vaccine was actually invented. It's not as new as you think. They started working on this type of vaccine over a decade ago when they thought a pandemic might be starting with a different COVID-type virus. When the virus did not become a pandemic, they shelved the vaccine for a later date. So it's not some new method that is as experimental as some would like you to believe. Just my thoughts. Yeah, I'd read that, and that part was intriguing. Oddly enough, today I just got my results back from MD Now. Virginia took me there.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did.
What did it say?
I have the antibodies.
You do?
Yes, I do.
So you still have the protection not to catch the COVID again.
I still have the antibodies.
You guys have antibody dick energy.
Damn, look at you.
Yeah, your COVID antibody test came back positive, so you have antibodies to protect you. So I'm like, cool. All right.
ADE.
Wow.
That's it. So that was the first step.
And that was your question.
That was my first question, and I'm reading, as much as I can. And like I'd said, there were those 3 studies I looked at, including the one from the Cleveland Clinic that was saying that they did a study on people that had the antibodies and got the vaccine and found that the vaccine didn't provide added protection for those people, at least according to that study of 52,000 people.
Oh, you'll have somebody email you, challenge you on that.
I'm okay with that. I mean,
Call you a dick face.
Well, they can fuck off that. But I like it. I like the emails because I'm trying to read on it. Trust me, I am.
This is a man that yearns to learn.
Yeah, I learned to yearn, and I'm not anti this. I think people always just need to do what they need to do. I fully support that, and I'm trying to make the best decision for me. So, so I am where I am. By reading and by the articles you guys send me. So I do appreciate that.
But look at that. You got the antibodies.
I do, yeah.
You can puff out that chest a little more today.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. That adds to it.
Yeah.
You know what? With that news, you should have a slice of cake. Make it real moist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you have birthday cake on your birthday?
No.
God, that sounds like such a shitty birthday. It's on a Monday.
Get no
No
vagina.
sex, no cake.
No.
I think I might have a craft beer, though.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah.
You need a blowjob.
Yeah. Well, we kind of celebrated over the weekend.
What a shitty ass birthday.
No, over the weekend was Father's Day. There needs to be separation here, and you deserve to have that celebration separate but equal.
We're going to dinner.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
All right.
Dinner, yeah.
All right. Keto friendly, of course.
Is there a keto
course.
cake? There is keto cake.
Probably,
there
yeah.
is.
Sure
It's
there
gross.
is.
I made it
You
for you
made
last
it.
year. Remember,
Yeah.
I made you that keto cake?
I
and
loved it. I didn't think it was gross. I thought it was really good.
Don't you remember last year
that.
when you fake liked it?
No, I ate the whole damn thing.
That's right. You
I
ate
did.
the keto cake.
I told you that. I loved it. I thought it was really good. That's right. I was doing keto this time last year.
Wow, you've been doing it for over a year.
Yeah. Doing it for a while. Very cool.
Time flies, y'all.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. She's going to turn this depressing birthday even worse. I can tell.
I'm aging fast.
She's making that left down depression lane, Kevin.
I know. Here she goes.
Call in the Botox.
Here she goes. Yeah. Well, I was in Publix yesterday, and I was checking out, getting some chicken wings. And there was this cashier that was right at the lane right next to mine, but I could hear the conversation going on. She was an older Hispanic lady that was cashing out. She had a mask on. There's some guy coming through, and I just kind of heard, he's like going, so do you guys have the policy where you got to wear the mask? And that's what kind of got my attention. So I turned around and looked, and it was this guy that wasn't wearing a mask and was coming through. And she's like, no. She's like, I just don't know where everybody's been, and I feel safer with it. He's like, well, so you don't have to wear a mask. He's like, why would you wear a mask?
She just told you, asshole.
Right. And so he's like, I guess I'm just really confused. She's like, well, that's just why I wear it.
It makes me feel safer.
He's like going, well, I guess I don't understand, but I guess I do understand. And I almost turned around and said, she just fucking told you why she's wearing a mask. Leave her the fuck alone, dick.
Right.
I was just like,
You should have.
I really, honestly, because it got to the point where it's like he was just kind of harassing her about it. And it's like, I felt like she needed a little bit of help. I'm like, dude, she wants to wear a fucking mask. Leave her alone, man. Why does that bother you?
Why does it matter to you and your life
What
if
does this do with you?
older woman behind the cash register who sees a bunch of different strangers a day wants to wear a mask for her own protection? Why would you give a shit?
Yeah.
It's just weird that you would.
He was trying. I know what he was doing.
He was trying to bait her
shame her,
right?
And he was trying to either get a fight or he's trying to shame her into saying, "Yeah, maybe I should take the mask off," but she doesn't want to.
And what does it matter to you? Buy your fucking food and get the hell out the line.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, I'm glad I wasn't there. If I would have heard that, I would have probably had to say something.
I never step in. I almost did just because I felt like she needed, and if I would have been more engaged in it, I was paying and all that stuff, so I got distracted with my own issue going through there. But if, I were just chilling, I'd probably be like, get the fuck out of here and leave her alone, man. Just like, what's wrong with you?
Leave everybody alone.
Right. It's weird when strangers
pick fights with women.
Put themselves in these situations where they want to get into a conflict of
Publix
sorts.
has told you don't have to wear a mask. Why is your fight? Why are you even coming in here trying to start shit at all? Like, why do you care? It's all good. What you want, you got.
Oh, fuck that guy. I wish he took his picture so I could look for him on the internet and dox him.
Yeah, I just don't like these people who are going around in life trying to pick fights with people. Why do you need fights?
Because he's a
feel
dick.
alive.
Well, social media is bleeding into real life now. People I've gotten so used to being fuck faces behind a keyboard.
He's a troll.
Now it's just evolving into real life. What I think, whatever comes in my head, I'm going to say it to. Don't know you, but fuck you. Don't wear a mask. It's weird.
It really is. It just, I was like, ugh.
Wow.
This freaking guy, man. Yeah, he about got a taste of it. I was not having it. I got an email here from Matt. He said, Matt D in the Pizzle said, not sure if you saw this, but a federal judge in Florida threw out the CDC mandate for vaccinations before cruising. Starting in July, cruises don't have to follow it if they leave from Florida until the case goes to Washington, D.C. sometime in the future. I've heard the talk about this, so just wanted to bring it to your attention. It was a Miami Herald article. Yeah, again, this is going to be the interesting thing. The Foo Fighters had their concert. You had to be fully vaccinated to get in. So, yeah, that's my question. If, you show the antibodies, will you be able to start getting into some of these events? Or am I going to find myself, dude, you're going to have to get the vaccine if you want to get into a Foo Fighter show or some of these other things, if you want to cruise, and then that'll be interesting. And then what about a year from now? Will you still have to be getting the vaccine every single year renewed to still get into events? Are we in 3 years going to see this? In 5 years? Are you going to have to make sure you're updated on your COVID vaccines to get into concerts and events?
Great questions.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to change every single month.
Maybe, yeah. So who knows what we're going to be at. I got an email here from Catherine. Jaybird, did you know about this Chaos? It's a book that talks about, I guess this is the Manson murders. Charlie Manson was part of a secret CIA program to create chaos called MI Ultra, according to author Tom O'Neill.
There's a lot of weird. I've never heard of that specific story, but there's a lot of conspiracy theories about Charles Manson. He was just a fucking nutbag. I think what Manson did, I think he gave everyone LSD and he didn't take it so he could stay somewhat sober. I'm sure he was smoking pot, but I think he would take, you're on LSD and you're doing that much and you're doing it all day long and it's free love and everyone's fucking and eating and getting high. And this weird guy leading all the time, keeping his head about. Yeah, I can see how some weird shit would go down.
Totally.
And what's odd about the Manson murders and all that, some of the people he got to do this stuff, these weren't, it'd be like, a girl down the street from you that you'd go, oh my gosh, one of Magnolia's friends did this.
And she turned into a murderer. Because he talked her into it.
Yeah, not everyone was like that. But you were surprised who he turned to do some terrible things.
Scary shit.
Yeah, and this is doesn't look like some kind of nut job either. He's written for the Village Voice, Details, things like that. An award-winning investigative journalist who is talking about the Manson family murders. And maybe it was something to create chaos. That seemed like a weird era in American politics.
Yes.
What, the late 60s?
Yeah, like there was some weird stuff going on.
We had Vietnam going on.
Yeah. It seemed like our government might have been at almost its shadiest. I'm not saying it's much better today, but
There's supposed to be that UFO alien stuff that's supposed to drop with all the secrets in the next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
What the government knows, who knows what they'll put in there. I'm sure it's still going to be not completely truthful.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's possibly some stuff that's going to blow our minds.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting stuff.
Oh, man, I hope.
I know you do.
I just hope they...
I hope that you get it for just
no,
happy it'll make
Don't act
you.
like you don't know about UFOs and you're not down low into alien shit now.
Well, I think that with all this information out there, we're getting closer to finding out the answers.
It's very hot right now.
It's on the cusp.
It feels like there's something going on. I know I sound UFO hopeful.
I feel like the aliens don't want to hang out with us because we're not on their level. Like, I feel like they look at us like they're dirt cousin, and they're just like, these people, these Earthlings, we got to just make sure they don't blow up the planet Earth. And other than that, they don't really care what we're up to.
I've been watching a lot of stuff more and more, trying to watch all different kind of stuff. And the two things that seem to be consistent about the UFO stuff, they seem to like water. Kind of like the movie in Signs, which is real. And
Water's good.
Then there's some people who believe the one movie, the fourth encounters or third encounters of the what's that big
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah, thank you. Good Lord, that movie is legit, based on some truth. That there was people who got behind that and said, we want you to make this movie as believable as possible, and that's really based on a real experience. So
if aliens came out and started endorsing water, do you think you would like it more?
I think water. Look, I know I need water, and I force myself to drink water all the time, but I fucking hate water, even with the bullshit Mio bullshit in it.
And you don't think that if aliens loved it that much that you wouldn't change your tune on water?
Well, I think they're using the water not to drink, but for fuel.
You're the reason they think we're stupid.
Oh, do they think we're stupid? Okay, thanks, Virginia. Fucking country bumpkins.
Yeah, you really can't say it.
Oh, what an annoying, condescending tone. Oh.
Yeah. I guess probably one couple quick things from the Raise Your Hand poll today. We had a couple ones that people had said yes to, including if you've ever gone through a significant other's phone without them knowing. Virginia, I believe you raised your hand on that one.
I did.
No one's surprised.
Surprise.
How many? Have you ever gone through Panda's phone? That'd be the one that'd be fascinating.
I think I have, but
Okay.
I wasn't really thinking he was up to no good.
Okay.
I was maybe seeing what somebody had said.
Okay.
But yeah, I have. I used to go through a lot of, like, back in my day, people had journals and stuff. I would go through those.
Okay. So
I
you
would
went
go
through
through
a lot, yeah.
calendars. I got busted one time going through somebody's, like, private calendar journal.
Okay.
Fucking crazy.
That was ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
Didn't last.
Ever been carried out of a bar from drinking too much?
Yes.
I've been carried out of a party, not a bar. So I'd be a yes to that, but not the bar. So, and I think it's just because I'm too cheap to spend that much to get that wrecked.
Me and Bigfoot, we were downtown. I must have been 21, maybe 22.
Yeah.
38, one of those ages. And we were drinking those. You ever hear those liquid cocaines?
No.
It's not really cocaine. They just call that the shot.
Too bad.
No, just shots, and they're really shitty. And we had a bunch of them, and I had one too many, and I passed. I believe it was either Monkey Club at the time.
Okay.
Monkey Club. That's where I had to be carried out of.
And he carried me like like he was racking
Like a sack of potatoes?
like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
and people thought I was dead because I think
Yeah.
I might have been for a couple of minutes. I don't know. But yeah, that would be my time.
Okay. I think one time I actually was assisted out of a bar on Bourbon Street.
Okay.
In New Orleans, yeah. And then oddly enough, I stayed out and drank for another 8 hours.
Other bars will let you in.
Yeah, I was kind of I'm like going, they carry me to the next bar like that. I'm like, that seems like that should be a problem, but yeah, that somehow rallied and kept it going. Okay. All right, well, thank you for all the emails and for locking it in here. Appreciate you guys being with us today. Got a lot more left. We'll try to get the bird fixed up. We all banged up here.
I'll be great tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. All right.
We'll be praying for you, Bird.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. It's very kind.
Happy Kevin Ralston Day.
That's right, yes. If you're in Logan, go to Pizza Crossing and celebrate. I don't know what'll get you. All right, goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.